Broadcast crew for a preview of today's game. Here's the voice for Lycoming County High School boys basketball, Todd Bartley.
And from Lancer Gym here at Loyalsock, we greet you with Warrior Run in town tonight for the season opener of boys basketball on ESPN Radio 1050, 104.1, 1600 AM in Jersey Shore, 92.7 FM, along with ESPNWilliamsport.tv. You can find our link at ESPNWilliamsport.com. Soon to be joined by longtime head coach in the area, Craig Weaver Sr. He'll be along very, very shortly to serve as tonight's game analyst because we're in the Lancer Gym tonight on the verge of history. All-time winningest coach in the state hangs in the balance tonight, Ron Insinger. He's been here since what would be the dawn of time. Currently standing at 801 career victories with a win against Communications Tech in the Class AA playoffs earlier this season on March 13th, 2013. Win number 800 came at the Magic Dome against Mid-Valley on March 9th of 2013. So when we come back after a timeout, we'll visit with the long-standing head coach of the Lancers, Ron Insinger. That's next on the Countdown to Tip-Off show on ESPN Radio Williamsport and ESPNWilliamsport.tv.
Your hometown dealer makes the 2013 Big Finish the biggest event of the year. Hi, this is John Van Kampen from Van Kampen Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram, where the 2013 Big Finish means big deals for you.
Ooh, like a huge clown parade or sawing a woman in half?
No. Like 0% financing for 72 months on most remaining 2013 models, plus bonus cash. Or driving home a 2013 Chrysler 200 Touring for only $299 a month with only tax and tags down.
Ooh, so you're going to make the whole entire building disappear?
No, where do you come up with these things? But we will save you over $6,000 in finance charges with 0% financing on a 2013 Ram diesel truck. Or buy a 2014 Ram 1500 quad cab for only $30,800. We even have the all-new re-released 2014 Jeep Cherokee and the redesigned Jeep Grand Cherokee diesel in stock and ready for the holidays.
But no clown parade.
Wow. Stop by the showroom today at 601 West 3rd Street in downtown Williamsport. Van Kampen even has it.
Am I coming out of this?
Personnel present and past. But hurry, the 2013 Big Finish is on for a limited time only at Van Kampen Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, your hometown dealer.
Fall is here. Whether you're outside running or walking, make sure you do it in style and comfort in your New Balance shoes from Harder's Sporting Goods. Make sure you are staying warm while staying fit this fall with Harder's wide selection of Under Armour apparel. Get outside and play with Harder's Sporting Goods at 2098 Lycoming Creek Road in Williamsport.
Harder's Sporting Goods. You gotta play to win. Harder's Sporting Goods.
Joined now by Tom Rachel of Taco Federal Credit Union.
Already a member of PALCO? Did you know that your family members are eligible to join too? Simply have them visit the credit union, open a savings account, and deposit $25. Then they can use all PALCO's great services. We also have special Kirby County Little accounts just for the kids and fun and informative team program called CU Succeed. We offer debt consolidation loans up to $25,000 and offer one of the best credit cards in the area.
PalcoFCU.org.
Back to Lancer Gym. I mentioned the win against Mid-Valley, which was career win number 800. Let's relive that now in the sounds of the game.
Down the doorstep to Sosa. Kick out to Pastore. Left elbow. Bounce to the doorstep. Sosa. Glass in good. And Lancers back in front 4-2. Walsh swings it left side now. Brzlowski. Lob over the top. Tomasetti on the doorstep. Glass in good. Tomasetti has Dix and Mid-Valley their first lead at 6-5. Now hands it back to Little. Right elbow jumper on the way and good. Omar Little. He's got 6. 13-11 Mid-Valley with 1:45 and counting in the first. Turns it back to his left. Comes down the lane. Scoops and scores off the glass. Kyle Datris makes it a 15-13 Mid-Valley lead with 35 seconds to go in the first quarter. Little on the bounce with 10. Back to the jump circle. Approaching head of the key. Comes around the Glavin screen left side. Step back three ball on the way. Omar Little drains the three. He's got 9. Lancers in front 16-15. Swings it near center of the right. Knocked away by Datris. Datris on the run of Brzlowski. Goes up. Glass in good. Datris now with 4. Timeout Mid-Valley. Looking to his left. Finds Webb on the doorstep. Blocked. Follow on the way. Glass in good. Jimmy Webb. 27-20. Lancers by 7. And Wilson with a block on the attempt by Collins. Lancers running back the other way. Pastore near side left. Datris. Deep three. buried it. Datras with 7, 32-20, Lancers by 12. Kicks it out for Pastore for 3 on the way and good. Mike Pastore, check that second 3, give him 9 and make it 36-27 Loyalsock. Gives it back to Sosa, right elbow jumper on the way and good. Sosa now with 8, 38-28, Lancers back in front by double digits. They lead by 10. Kick out right corner, Tomasetti wants a 3 on the way and good. Ronnie Tomasetti now with 15, makes it 38-33, Sock by 5. Pull up on the way by Datras is good at the horn, and that will end things in the third as the half-court heave goes for naught. To the Sosa screen, Sosa on the pick and roll, glass and good, Ben Sosa. He's got 12, 49-36, largest lead is 13 for the Lancers, and a timeout mid-valley. Little comes down the lane, scoops it up with the left hand and scores again. Omar Little with 15, 53-42, Sock by 11, 3:35 to go. Head of the key, bounce it off right side to Wilson, glass in good, Roger Wilson. He's got 6, 55-43, Lancers by 12. Their largest lead is now matched. Little behind the arc, got a defender off his feet, flanked it up with the left hand and dropped it in. Omar Little with 17, 57-48 Sock. He's stolen by Pastore, gives it to Little, he goes glass in good. Omar's got 19, 61-48, Sock by 13, another steal, another layup. Sosa with 14. 63-48 Sock, 30 seconds to go. Dribble out the final 2 seconds, and the Lancers here at Williamsport have defeated Mid-Valley 63-54, and now Coach Insinger is being mobbed because he just surpassed win number 799 in booking, win number 800, becoming just the second coach in the state of Pennsylvania history to reach that milestone, folks.
Well, he's sitting on the verge of 802 tonight after that convincing win over Communications Tech in a heart-stopping game on the road. CI, congratulations on a outstanding career to this point, but winning as coach, it never gets old. You're tied, and now you can stand alone on top of that mountain tonight with a win. What's it mean to have a program like this that you've run for so many years?
Well, the thing is, it's a system. It starts down in first, second grade. All the volunteer coaches we have, and then they move up to 5th and 6th grade, and we have even more coaches. And it's not about CI. It's about the people we have in place. John Wooden told me when I had dinner with him one evening, surround yourself with quality people and great things will happen. Well, I've been very blessed to have super coaches with me, and I give them all the credit in the world.
So many of them are here tonight. So many former players have turned out for what could be some history, but Warrior Run stands in the way, and their mascot, ironically enough, is Defender. They're defending the entire district tonight in trying to get a win on your home floor. How do you knock off Warrior Run in the season opener for both teams?
Well, first of all, we can't let complacency set in. We've got to come out of the gates early and take total charge. And they have 5 returning starters, so we know we have a battle on our hands, and we know that we can't bring out our B game and expect to chalk up a W.
You have 4 of your 5 arguably starters back. Tommy Baggett is the new guy standing in for Roger Wilson. Tommy's not quite 6'6", 6'7", but he's an all-around very good athlete.
Yes, he is, and Tommy knows how to win. He's been a winner all his life. And the thing is that we have some guys coming off the bench that are going to challenge those starting positions. Nothing's etched in stone, but I'm really happy that Tommy's paid his dues and he deserves a start tonight.
Finally, keys to victory here at home to get that milestone win and be on top all time in the state of Pennsylvania.
Oh, number one, forget about the milestone. We'll go out and play some great hoops. But I just think if we stay focused and we've had great practices. Great practices equal wins. So, I feel good about what we've done up to this point in preseason, and we can't wait to springboard into the next one.
Everybody's had this date circled on their calendar since
9 months old,
mid-March. Good luck tonight, CI.
Thanks so much, Todd.
There's head coach Ron Insinger. We're back after a 2-minute timeout on ESPN Radio Williamsport and ESPN Williamsport.tv.
Hi, my name is Tom Spring II, and I'm owner of the Country Store in Pennsdale. It's been nearly 30 years since the Country Store in Pennsdale has offered custom butchering for our area's local farmers. I am proud to reintroduce this service to our local customers. The Country Store will butcher, age, and custom cut your beef specifically to your family's needs. We then vacuum pack, label, and freeze your beef to ensure proper storage. Another great benefit of Country Store custom butchering is that we will make all of your Country Store favorites out of your own beef. Contact me, Tom Springman II, at 546-7675, or check us out online at countrystoremeats.com. Quality since 1905.
At Wegmans, our approach to price is simple. We keep our prices consistently low, every day on the items your family uses most. Everyday low prices on items like Wegmans 80% green fresh ground beef, $2.19 per pound. Wegmans canned vegetables, 49 cents per can. And Wegmans organic spring mix, $4.99. To see the whole list, go to Wegmans.com/CLP. For consistent low prices, every day make it Wegmans. Located at 201 Williams Street in downtown Williamsport.
The Brickyard Restaurant and Ale House, located at 343 Pine Street, is the place to be all Sunday and Monday night. With NFL Sunday and Monday night specials like all big beers at one small price and $5 Monster Nachos, how can you stay away? The Brickyard has 11 TVs, so you'll have the best seat in the house to view all the great NFL action. The Brickyard, just across from the Executive Plaza, is open 7 days a week. Visit them online at brickyard.net.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm the football your buddy fired through your windshield. The cooler that tumbled out of a pickup and onto the hood of your car. If you're a football fan, eventually we're gonna meet. So get Allstate. Our agents help keep you protected from mayhem. Like me.
Are you in good hands?
Start protecting yourself from mayhem today. Call Williamsport Allstate agent Rennie Brodarmel. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company.
ESPN 1050. WLYC is the exclusive home of the Loyalsock Lancers.
Back to Lancer Gym on ESPN Radio Williamsport, ESPNWilliamsport.tv. And now for the TV audience, you're getting a great look high atop Lancer Gym. There is our baseline master tonight, Ian Catherine. He's going to have all those action shots right along the baseline. Welcome Ian Catherine into the broadcast as well. There's Chris Downs. He's up on top. He'll have that half-court seat for you all night long. Some of the other angles we'll be bringing you, the free throw line down to the left. We've also got the high angle shot for you as well. There's your free throw line left look, and let's get right into the visiting starting lineup for the Warrior Run defenders. Season opener for both teams, and they will deploy 3 juniors and 2 seniors. Sean Moorhart's a junior, Jared Bender a junior, Lance Peeler a junior, Zach Miller is a senior, Kevin Forsman is a senior. Conversely, for the Lancers tonight on their home floor with a capacity crowd, they will deploy 4 very familiar names to the District 4 crowd, and that, of course, the likes of Kyle Datras, Michael Pastore, Omar Little, and Ben Sosa. The new addition to the lineup, he'll be on one of the blocks, and that is Tommy Baggett, the 6'1 junior. This junior class, all 5 of these starters are juniors. So to say the least, coming off a run as they did a year ago into the Elite 8 in Class AA, they literally have everybody back other than Roger Wilson, a couple of other pieces from last year's club that made a very, very deep run, but that nucleus is this junior class. So when we come back after a 60-second timeout, we've got some pregame ceremonies to get to, so we'll keep those here on the floor. But first, a 60-second timeout on ESPN Radio Williamsport and ESPNWilliamsport.tv.
That's
okay.
Can't really talk. Back to Lancer Gym, and both teams have now made their way off the floor. And we're about ready to send it down to the floor for our pregame announcements. Just as a footnote at the scores table, Chris Massey of the Sun Gazette also here in attendance tonight.
Join the Warrior Run defenders and your Loyalsock Lancers. At this time, would you please rise as we honor America with our national anthem, sung tonight by Loyalsock High School junior Brennan Hepler. Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Rousing rendition of the national anthem here inside Lancer Gym.
Here are tonight's starting lineups.
If you're not watching us on TV, you're missing it. Meridics.com. Search ESPN Williamsport. If you're on radio, we know you're there. TuneIn.com is the free app. Just search WLYC. We're on Stream 1 tonight. Warrior Run, of course, in the blue uniform, trimmed in white. Lancers in the white uniforms tonight.
Head coach is Jeff Peeler.
And just about set to hear the Lancer starting lineups.
6'1" junior, number 2, Tommy Baggett.
Our officials are also ready to go. Very good crowd on hand here at Lancer Gym with history in the making. Moments away from tipping off. All-time wins leader in the state. Hanging in the balance tonight, Ron Insinger trying to stand on top of the mountain all by himself with 802 career wins.
Jerry McLaughlin, and the head coach of the Lancers with a state record tying 801 career victories is Ron Insinger.
And as that announcement is made, he gets a nice hand, does Coach Insinger. And we're just about set to go. Last minute instructions. Everybody's in the house tonight. TV, radio, print. Lots of cameras. Okay, Josh is here too. We don't want to get in an argument with Josh. He can wrestle. Datras, Pastore, Little, Sosa, Baggett for the Lancers. Moorhart, Bender, Peeler, Forsman, and Miller for Warrior Run. It's going to be Forsman in the jump circle. Going up with Ben Sosa. Ball is in the air and tap controlled by Sosa. Hands it off to Baggett. It's Datras to bring it right to left across the time stripe into the forecourt. Right side swing to Pastore, back to Datras. Lob inside to Sosa, draws 4 defenders. Kick out to Pastore for 3 in the corner. Rim, no. Rebound battle won by Forsman. And now Warrior Run with their first offensive series. Peeler has it head of the key, hands it off to Bender. Bender swings it near side of the right, down to the corner. And a pull-up on the way, rim no. Rebound to Forsman, and it's knocked away and stolen. Datcher's coming back the other way, bounce ahead to Sosa, scoops, rim, no, loose ball rebound to Baggett, hands it back to Sosa. Sosa on the doorstep, had it stripped from behind. Swing right to Little, pull up from 3, back of the rim, no good. And the rebound comes down to Miller. And that is out of bounds. Last touch by Peeler. And I believe one change has been made with a number. Dump down is stolen. And running it back left to right. And on that glass rim, no good. I believe on the Miller attempt, he is wearing 23 and not 21. Far side right, Datras scoreless, nearly 90 seconds in. Pastore hands it off to Datras, runs it in the lane, fights it up, rim no good, it rattled out. Check that, Miller on that rebound. And it comes ahead now for Warrior Run. Swing it off to Bender, 3 ball, back of the rim no good, Datras has it, and he's fouled.
Warrior Run foul number 21, Zach Miller, his first, team first.
So Miller with his first. Datras swings it right side past Story, back to Datras, head of the key to Little. Near side left, Baggett once at 3, left of the rim, no good. The rebound to Miller. Over the top now to Bender, swings it back near side of the right, glass rim, no good on the Peeler attempt. Pastore on the run out, coming right to left, swings it off to Baggett, jump stop in a lane, and he's leveled.
Defender's foul number 23, Sean Morehart.
Sean Morehart assessed the foul.
Tommy Baggett and Elias.
So now we know who's wearing 23. They list 10 on the roster. All these kids these days, they change jerseys in the locker room. They don't bother to tell anybody. Line left, Baggett puts it on the way and good. Second attempt on the way, rim no good. Rebound comes down to Miller. Left to right, Miller brings it, pulls up left of the lane, dump it down now to Forsman. He ducks in, glass rim no good. Sosa knocks it in the air, and Pastore trying to come away with it. He is bumped, I believe, by Forsman.
Defender's foul number 50, Colin Forsman, his first, team third.
So that's his first. Defenders have picked up their third. 5:39 to go in the first. Sluggish start for both teams. Little, now to Datras, fakes the 3. And a backside feed for Baggett. He went over the back of Morehart. So now the Lancers pick up their first foul on a lob play.
Number 2, Tommy Baggett, his first team foul.
On the inbound, it finally comes into Bender. Out of the forecourt for Peeler. Peeler coughed it up. Here comes Little on the run back. Shovels it left side. Pastore sets the feet, wants the 3. Back iron, no good. Sosa up the ladder for the rebound, hands it off to Little. He'll step into a 3. Hard off the back iron, spins off. Loose ball to the floor. Miller had it. Tried to outlet down the floor, picked off by Little. Right side Pastore. Right side of the lane, jumps in a lane, floats it in a lane with a pass to Sosa because he got caught in traffic. And the dual possession is going to give it to Warrior Run. 1-0 Loyalsock. 5 minutes to go in the first. Inbound now for Sean Morehart. He's looking, still looking. Lobs it over the top. Peeler, near side of the right on the catch. Bender was out of bounds. Right in front of Ian Catherine along the Lancers. Etched on this near side of the baseline. He caught with his right foot out of bounds. So now Datras will bring it right to left. Swings it back head of the key to Little. Far side right to Baggett. Datras looks inside to Sosa. In the lane, throws it off a knee, and the turnover comes back to Peeler. Now to Bender on the doorstep, blocked by Sosa. Little had it jarred loose, tries to throw it ahead. He's hit from behind. The ball comes loose to Peeler. Shoveled off, and that's an offensive foul. Little's hurt as Morhart dropped the shoulder.
Quarter run foul, number 23, Sean Morhart.
Morhart with his second, and change is coming.
Number 23, Brennan Cassell, and number 33, Wes LaPointe. For Warrior Run, number 30, Jordan Welliver.
So now Brennan Cassell's in the game, off the Lancer bench, joined by Wes LaPointe. And the defenders have now made their first change in the game. Bringing in Jordan Welliver, we think. Right corner, Little for three on the way, left of the rim, no good. And on the run back, here comes Miller. Right elbow pull-up, side of the rim, no. Little the rebound. Quick outlet now to Pastore. Pastore on the run, throws it left side and behind Cassell. It's off his hands and out of bounds. Real sloppy start to this one. Sabir Gibson's going to check in and replace Michael Pastore. And a timeout on the floor. And with the 60-second timeout on the floor, we'll take a 30-second radio timeout as well on TV, and we'll come back and tell you about some friends on ESPNWinsport.tv. Not really. Coverage tonight, as you saw on ESPNWinsport.tv, driven by Murray Mazda, Murray Motors. Also proud to support high school basketball on ESPN Radio Williamsport. So a very, very sluggish start for both teams. 1 point in the first 4 minutes. And the Lancers in front, 1-0. Miller on the push. Welliver got bumped off, swings it back to Bender. Bender along the baseline, dumps it down to Welliver. Working on Little, hooks it up, left it short. LaPointe the rebound, quick outlet to Datras. Kyle brings it out of the key, no look far right side to Cassell. Turn around, wave it off, it's an offensive foul. Brennan Cassell dropped the shoulder.
Lancers foul number 23, Brennan Cassell, his first, team second.
Off the inbound, Miller over the top. Trying to catch Peeler, runs to the baseline, threw it away, intended for Bender. Picked off by Omar Little. He'll gallop back the other way, right to left, in the lane, scoops and scores. Omar Little with the game's first field goal makes it a 3-0 Lancer lead. 3.5 to go, first quarter. Nobody saw that coming. Meaning to score this far into the game. Turnover again. Cassell on the outlet to LaPointe. All by himself. Punches it down with two hands. LaPointe with the two-hand finish. Makes it a 5-0 Loyalsock lead. Timeout, Warrior Run. 3:17 to go in the first. It's now Warrior Run 5, Loyalsock 5, Warrior Run 0. We're back in 30 seconds on ESPN Radio Williamsport and ESPNWinsport.tv.
6-0.
.3:17 to go in the first. Loyalsock in front of Warrior Run 5-0 here at Lancer Gym. Lancers deploying a 1-4 flat defense. Miller on the inbound, lobs over the top. Bender on the catch, runs it strong on Casale, and it's blocked. LaPointe to Little, and he's going to get called for a carry. I'm going out on a limb. More turnovers than points for the Lancers right now in this first quarter. Inbound comes to Peeler, right of the jump circle. Steps it right around the screen for Forsman. Reverse it off head of the key now to Welliver. Welliver on the step left. Swings it down to the far block. Back and down to the glass is Bender. Puts it off the window, too strong. LaPointe and Little converge for the rebound. It's LaPointe back to Datris. Right side of the jump circle. Now right wing behind the arc. Far right corner to Little. Thought about that three. Couple of dribbles now off to Datris. Head of the key for Gibson. Near side left to Casale. To the corner to Little. He wants a three. Ball on the way and good. Omar Little. Give him 5. It's an 8-0 Lancer lead. 2:25 to go in the first. Miller on the run. Shovels it inside to Forsman. Fadeaway jumper is on the way and good. So Warrior runs to the board, trailing 8-2. 2:15 to go in the first. Datris on the right wing, far corner Little. Thought about that three. Dribble penetration off the baseline, floats it up, rim, no. Tap follow is up and good. Wes LaPointe. He's got 4. It's a 10-2 Lancer lead. Back the other way, it's Forsman to the doorstep, and Welliver is fouled.
Lancer foul, number 23, Brennan Casale, is second, team third.
So Casale with his second. Welliver line to the right, front end on the way, front of the rim, no good.
Number 2, Tommy Baggett, number 5, Mike Pastore, and number 31, Ben Sosa.
So Casale, Datris, and Little will all exit. So it's LaPointe, Gibson, Pastore, Baggett, and Sosa for the Lancers. Second attempt, rim no for Welliver. Rebound to Baggett, hands it off to Pastore. Pastore into the forecourt. Left side behind the arc, to the left corner it goes. Baggett, back to Pastore, far side right Gibson with 1:40 to go in the first. Lancers in front by 8 at 10-2. Far right corner Baggett, Gibson around the horn to the top side Pastore, now to Sosa, left corner. Baggett thought about that three, instead gives it back to Pastore. Head of the key now to Sosa, far side right to Gibson. Bounce it off far right corner to Baggett. Back to Gibson, now to Pastore. Defenders deploying a 2-3 zone look. Gibson, Pastore, near side left to Sosa. Left corner Baggett for three, back of the rim, no good. Loose ball tapped around as Bender went for the rebound, just swatted it away. Forsman for Warrior run to the forecourt. Right side Peeler looks inside, glass rim no for Forsman. The rebound to the Lancers. Gibson up the right side now for Pastore. Shovels it off inside to Sosa. He scoops and scores with the left hand.
Ben Sosa from Mike Pastore.
Sosa makes it a 12-2 Lancer lead. 45 seconds to go in the first quarter. Bounce down to Forsman. Reverse it back out to Peeler. Left side swing, now to Bender. Bender steps it right on Gibson. Bounce it down far block to Miller. Turnaround right hand hook, hard off the back iron, no good. 30 seconds to go in the quarter, and Gibson is slowed by a Miller foul, his second.
Defenders foul, number 21, Zach Miller, his second, team fifth. Checking for Lancers, number 21, Ryan Lee. And number 34, Corey Young.
Ryan Lee has checked into the game for the first time for the Lancers. Corey Young is also in the game for the first time as well. So the Lancers have gone 10 deep in the opening quarter, up 12-2. 20 seconds to go. Sosa, left corner kick out. Young wants a three and drained it. 15-2 Lancers, 12 seconds to go. Forsman in the backcourt with Peeler. Peeler across the time stripe into the forecourt. Left side, coughed it up. Pastore nearly got a hand on it to steal. 2.8 to go. Warrior Run also made a change. Kyle Welshans, the sophomore, is in the game. Bender is the inbounder, looking, gets it into Welshans, gives it back to Bender with a second to go. Heaves it at the horn, off the side of the glass, no good. At the end of one quarter, it is Loyalsock 15, Warrior Run 2 on ESPN Radio Williamsport and ESPNWilliamsport.tv. Back to Lantern Gym, where the Lanterns have a 15-2 lead on Warrior Run. Datris penetration left of the lane, zips it to the doorstep. Sosa turning in the lane, gives it up to Baggett. Fires it up, right of the rim, no good. Pastore ends up with it, 12 feet away, rim no. And Warrior Run last to touch it as it goes out of bounds. On the doorstep, Sosa got it to drop and got fouled. Ben Sosa now with 4, makes it a 17-2 Lancer lead pending the outcome of this free throw. And I believe it's on Bender, his first.
Bender, his first, team 6.
Well, we have a score to pass along from Great Valley High School. Bishop Shanahan defeated the Lady Lancers tonight of Loyalsock. Don't have the final score. All we know is Lady Lancers lost tonight. Sosa trying to complete the three-point play, line left, puts it on the way, and good. Sosa now with 5, makes it an 18-2 Lancer lead. Early stages of the second. Peeler coming left to right, nearly threw it away. Forsman gathers, still in the backcourt, throws over the time stripe, and Little picks it off. Bounce through the lane to Pastore. Nice find, nice finish. Mike Pastore, his first field goal makes it a 20-2 Lancer lead. A minute gone by in the second quarter. Nearly stolen away, and Datris ends up with a knee in the back from Miller. I don't believe they're going to call a foul. I just believe it's inadvertent contact. The ball got knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Lancers. Or was it? Last touch by Warrior Run. Little on the bounce in now for Kyle Datris. Into the forecourt, right side Pastore. Back to Datris. Head of the key to Little. Near side left to Baggett. Left corner, Pastore. Top side left to Datris. Looking inside to Sosa. Back head of the key to Baggett. Far side right to Little. Far right corner, Pastore. Top side right, Datris. Head fake to his left, shakes to his right, fires it up, back of the rim, no. Sosa, weak side rebound, glass rim, no. Taps it on the window and good. They credit it to Kyle Datris. 22-2. And now all 5 Lancer starters have scored. Kick out to Bender. He wants a 3 and drained it. 22-5. Nearly 2 minutes into the second quarter. Datris right side to Little. On the bounce, in the lane, fights it up with the left hand and scores. Omar Little now with 7. And they want a towel for a spot in the lane. With the Lancers in front, 24-5. Well, that official right there tonight Look at that. On a knee, working for it tonight. Wonder if he hires out. .6:05 to go in the opening half. Now he's ready. He did all that and he was winded. A lot of hard work down there keeping his floor in shape during this game. All the effort that's going on. Into the forecourt now. Peeler cut off, hands it off. Turnaround by Bender, won't drop. Datris the rebound. Quick outlet to Baggett. Running down the floor, hands it off to Little. Pretty spin move. Back of the rim, no good. And it's going to be Forsman with the rebound. And then Omar Little's called for intentional foul. Apparently he wrapped him up to the dislike of the official.
Intentional foul, Lancers number 12, Omar Little, his first, team fourth.
And the official that made the call, emphatic with the call that he indeed did impede the process. After the rebound was collected by Galen Forsman. So now he'll go line to the right. .5:43 remaining in the opening half. First one's on the way, front of the rim, no good. Second one, back iron, no good as well. And now the ball will be inbounded by Warrior Run at the other end of the floor. Sean Morehart to inbound. To Lance Peeler, and he'll bring it left to right across the time stripe. In the jump circle, swings it near side of the right. To Miller, pull up on the way, right of the rim, no good. Rebound to Forsman. Backing down two defenders, and Sosa, I believe, fouled him. Datris also in the neighborhood. Good look at it from Ian Catherine's position on the baseline. Inbound now for Peeler. Gets it in quickly, and glass in good for Forsman. Give him 4 and make it 24-7. Loyalsock in front, 5:15 to go. And a steal. Here comes Forsman the other way. Quick outlet up the right side. 3 ball, back of the rim, no good for Peeler, and the rebound comes down to Pastore. Bounces out of traffic, down to Datris. On the run back, try to go no look inside to Baggett. Somehow Datris ends up with it. He goes strong on Morehart. Glass, no, but a travel. Another turnover against the Lancers. Change at the table. This is going to be Welshans coming back and replacing Forsman for Warrior Run. Peeler to bring it left to right, down 24-7. Over the top to Miller, far side left. Now for Morehart. Back to Miller, wants a 3. Rim, no, and here comes Omar Little in a 3-on-3. Hesitation left of the lane, kick out to Pastore for 3, and he knocks it down. Pastore's first 3, give him 5 and make it 27-7 Lancers, and we have a foul as Morehart entered the forecourt. So Pastore with his first. That comes with 4.5 remaining in the opening half. Inbound comes to Welshans, and Sosa just hip-checked him off the ball. Here comes Little back the other way, and I believe, was he caught for traveling or did he get bumped? The whistle stops it, and the official is going to make the call and say Morehart with the foul. He's got 3 personals with 4:23 to go in the opening half, and that's going to get Forsman right back in the game for Warrior Run.
Line to shoot, 1-1, Omar Little.
Omar Little, line left. Puts it on the way and good. Little now with 8, makes it 28-7.
Returning for Lancers, number 33, West LaPointe.
Baggett's coming off. LaPointe's coming back in. 4 points, no fouls. Making all the pretty pictures happen behind the scenes. Nick Caringi. Second one by Little, also good. Give him 9 and make it 29-7. Loyalsock with 4:20 to go. Up that left side. It's going to be a pull-up once again for Peeler, and he got it to drop.
Lance Peeler.
29-9. Halfway through the second. Left side Datras, now to Little. He forgot the ball. Here comes Peeler, left to right, running strong on Sosa. Threw it up to the rim, no, but a whistle and a foul on Ben Sosa. That's going to be his first.
Lancers foul number 31, Ben Sosa, his first, team 6th. Lance Peeler in line, shooting 2.
Line to the right, that's good. Peeler now with 3, makes it 29-10.
Welliver.
Welshans takes a seat. Welliver's back for Warrior Run. Second attempt on the way, also good. Peeler now with 4, makes it 29-11. Less than 4 to go in the half. Datras on the right side, swings it down to Pastore. Back to Datras, now to Pastore in the right corner. Back to Datras. Head of the key now to Little. Left side swing to Sosa. Left corner kick out. Pastore wants another 3. Right of the rim, no good. And the rebound comes down to Forsman. Up the left side now to Peeler. Into the forecourt. Swings it off to Forsman coming down the lane. Blocked away by Datras and a late whistle. Contact called, I believe, on Kyle Datras.
Lancer foul number 3, Kyle Datras, his first, team 7th. Foul enforcement to shoot 2.
Line to the right. Forsman puts the front end on the way. Rim, and it falls off. He'll have another substitution at the table. Gibson's back to replace Mike Pastore, who exits with 5 points and a foul. Second one by Forsman is good. He split a pair, give him 5, make it 29-12. Loyalsock. 3:25 to go. Datras gallops down the lane, fights it up, rim no, and the tap follow wouldn't drop for LaPointe and Sosa. They mistime their jumps. Bender got a funny hop into the forecourt and finds Welliver. He kicks it back out, now to Peeler. Back head of the key for Bender. And Miller is called for the travel.
Return for Lancers, number 23, Brennan Casale.
That comes at 3:08 remaining in the half. Casale's coming back. He'll replace Ben Sosa in the Lancer lineup. Inbound now for Little. Right side Gibson. Back to Little. Near side left. Datras wants that 3. Right of the rim, no good. LaPointe knocks it loose, going for the rebound. And on the run back, here comes Bender. Stolen away by Little. Little runs it back. Takes it strong to the rack, and he got fouled on the way up, I believe, by Forsman. And Little is helped up from the baseline. Indeed, Forsman with his second.
Forsman his second, team 8.
2:50 to go in the half. Little standing back, line left. First one on the way, that's good. Omar's in double digits, he's got 10. 30-12 Loyalsock. Forsman exits, Welliver's back on. He'll move over to the far block. And now Teddy Bender checks in. And Little got them both. Give him 11. (31-12), 2:40 to go in the first half. Miller up the far left side. Welliver on the catch, finds Miller with a turnaround all the way and good. Nice looking shot there by Zach Miller. 31-14, Lancers in front, 2.5 to go first half. Little, quick fire three off the right wing, knocked it down again, he's got 14. 34-14 with 2:20 to go in the half. Peeler with it, he'll bring it across the time stripe, now to the forecourt. Hesitation dribble to the left, reversing off near side right for Welliver, then to Bender. Bender gives it back to Welliver. He finds Jared Bender at the elbow. Teddy Bender at the left elbow. Back to Jared Bender, head of the key, under 2 to go in the half. Stripped and stolen by Datris. On the run back, bounce it through the lane to Little, taking a strong with the left hand, got it to drop. Little was 16, 11 in the quarter. 36-14 Lancers. 95 seconds to go in the first half. Deep three up the right side. Glances off the window from Peeler and out of bounds.
Number 21, Ryan Lee, and number 34, Corey Young.
Lee and Young are back. Little will take a seat along with Datris. Casale will inbound, and now Sabir Gibson runs the point. Head of the key, swings it right side to Casale. Back to Gibson, back to Casale. Back to Gibson, near side left to LaPointe. Near left corner. Young on the run, left of the rim, no. And the offensive rebound is yanked down by Lee, and I believe he was fouled.
We're on foul number 50, Colin Forsman.
Forsman with his third.
Ryan Lee at the line to
So
shoot.
Warrior run now, one foul away from putting the Lancers in the double bonus. Lee goes line left, spins it off the back iron, no good.
Number 21, Zach Miller. Number 25, Ty Nicholas.
Ty Nicholas is in the game for the first time for Warrior run. Second attempt by Lee comes up well short. So keep it 36-14 Loyalsock, 1:13 to go in the half. Peeler in the backcourt, now across the time stripe into the forecourt. Steps it left side, hands it off now for Bender. Back between the rings to Miller. Miller steps it left, pulls up on the way, rim glass, no good. Rebound to Lee, put it down around his hips, nearly had it taken away. 50 seconds and counting in the half, Lancers in command. Gibson, left corner. Back to Young, around the head of the key now to Casale. Far side right to LaPointe. Looks at Young in the right corner. Swings it back to LaPointe. 35 seconds to go in the half. Gibson left side behind the arc. Dribbles head of the key. Far side of the right. Corey Young has that three measured. Right of the rim, no good. Rebound to Warrior run and Zach Miller. Miller on the run back. No look kick out to the far corner to Bender. Bender steps to his right, fires it up left of the rim. Got his own miss back. Fights it off the glass. The rim, no. Rebound Gibson. 17 seconds to go. Into the forecourt right side. Young wants that three again. Puts it on the way and buries it. Corey Young's second three. Give him 6. Make it 39-14. Loyalsock. 7 seconds to go in the half. Peeler to the forecourt. Right side. 3 seconds to go. Deep three. Back of the rim. No good. The first half comes to an end. The Loyalsock Lancers lead the Warrior Run Defenders 39-14. We're back after a 3-minute timeout when the first half sounds the game on ESPN Radio Winsport and ESPN Winsport.tv.
with their clients. The Hartman Group is locally owned and operated at 420 William Street and offers insurance products for personal and commercial customers as well as employee benefits. The Hartman Group wishes good luck to all the athletes in Lycoming County and the surrounding area. The Hartman Group may be reached at 326-7241. That's the Hartman Group for all your insurance needs.
Fall is here. Whether you're outside running or walking, make sure you do it in style and comfort in your New Balance shoes from Harder Sporting Goods. Make sure you are staying warm while staying fit this fall with Harder's wide selection of Under Armour apparel. Get outside and play with Harder Sporting Goods at 2098 Lycoming Creek Road in Williamsport.
Play to win. Harder Sporting Goods. You gotta play to win. Harder Sporting Goods.
ESPN 1050. WLYC is the exclusive home of the Loyalsock Lancers.
Catch Peeler, runs to the baseline, threw it away, intended for Bender, picked off by Omar Little. He'll gallop back the other way, right to left, in the lane, scoops, scores. Omar Little with the game's first field goal, makes it a 3-0 Lancer lead. Turnover again. Casale on the outlet to LaPointe, all by himself, punches it down with two hands. LaPointe with the two-hand finish, makes it a 5-0 Loyalsock lead. Right side Peeler looks inside. Glass rim no for Forsman. The rebound to the Lancers. Gibson up the right side now for Pastore. Shovels it off inside to Sosa. He scoops and scores with the left hand. 20 seconds to go. Sosa, left corner kick out. Young wants a three and drained it. Forsman gathers, still in the backcourt, throws over the time stripe, and Little picks it off. Bounce through the lane to Pastore. Nice find, nice finish. Mike Pastore, his first field goal makes it a 20-2 Lancer lead. A minute gone by in the second quarter. Top side right, Datcher. Head fake to his left, shakes to his right, fires it up, back of the rim, no. Sosa, weak side rebound, glass rim, no. Taps it on the window and good. They credit it to Kyle Datcher. Kick out to Bender. He wants a three and drained it. 22-5. Now for Moorhart. Back to Miller. Wants a three. Rim, no. And here comes Omar Little in a 3-on-3. Hesitation left of the lane. Kick out to Pastore for three, and he knocks it down. Pastore's first three give him 5 and make it 27-7 Lancers. Miller up the far left side. Welliver on the catch. Finds Miller with a turnaround all the way and good. Nice looking shot there by Zach Miller. 31-14. Lancers in front. 2.5 to go first half. Little. Quick fire three up the right wing. Knocked it down again. He's got 14. Back to Jared Bender, head of the key, under 2 to go in the half. Stripped and stolen by Datcher. On the run back, bounce it through the lane to Little, taking a strong with the left hand, got it to drop. In the forecourt right side, Young wants that three again, puts it on the way and buries it. Corey Young's second three, give him 6, make it 39-14. Loyalsock, 7 seconds to go in the half. The Loyalsock Lancers lead the Warrior Run Defenders 39-14. Three.
Back at Lancer Gym, Loyalsock has a commanding 39-14 lead at the break. 15-2 in quarter number 1, 24-12 in quarter number 2. Individually for Warrior Run, Welliver, Welshans, Teddy Bender, and Ty Nicholas saw time but did not score. And for the starters, it is Sean Morhart scoreless, Zach Miller with 2, Jared Bender with a 3-point field goal, Lance Peeler with 4, Caleb Forsman with 5, but he's got 3 huge fouls in the opening half. For the Lancers, Gibson, Lee, and Casale saw time but didn't score. LaPointe with 4, Corey Young with 2 threes, he's got 6. All 5 starters also in the book. Baggett with a free throw to get the scoring started. Datris with a 2-point field goal. Sosa and Pastore each with 5. Omar Little, a game-high 16 points, including 11 in quarter number 2. Now as you see both teams make their way back to the floor here at Lancer Gym. For those watching on ESPNWaysport.tv tonight, there was a 3-point shooting contest at halftime. Well, for some of the fans, and when you watch the replay, as soon as this game's over, you're going to see that certain people do not need to have a basketball in their hand ever. I wasn't in the 3-point shooting contest, but I am one of those people. 3.5-minute timeout. Then we'll come back, bring you second half action between Loyalsock and Warrior Run, as Coach Ron Ensinger is now 16 minutes away from becoming the all-time winningest basketball coach in the state of Pennsylvania with 802 career victories. We'll chronicle the second half after this timeout on ESPN Radio Williamsport and ESPNWaysport.tv.
Fans, we remind you tonight's game between the Lancers and the Defenders will be replayed.
Getting set for the second half here at Lancer Gym. Can't thank you enough for checking in via email, via text message, and also by phone on ESPNWaysport.tv. We already know you're there on the radio, as many of you cannot be in attendance tonight. The gym is literally packed. So it's Pastore to get things started here in the second half. He'll inbound to Datris. And they'll bring it left to right. Up 39-14. Little on the catch. Back to Datris. Now to Pastore. Right side to Baggett. Back to Pastore. Right side Baggett. Near right corner to Little. Back to Datris. Fakes left. Drives right. Pulls up. Missed it. Tried to keep it alive. Now it's Peeler the other way. Near side left kick out to Jared Bender. Can't get it to drop. Rebound to Pastore. Datris head of the pack now to Sosa. Rim no. And the rebound comes down to Miller. Right to left run out. Kick out left side now to Peeler. Back head of the key for Morehart. He wants a three. Back of the rim, no. Miller's tap follow won't drop. And I believe Forsman just picked up his fourth. He did.
Finish foul number 50, Colin Forsman, his fourth. First team foul of the second half.
Sosa to inbound now to Datris. Datris across the time stripe into the forecourt on the right side. Pastore down to Datris, head of the key to Little. Far side left, Baggett wants a three. Back of the rim, no. Rebound Little, power bounce in the lane. High off the glass, the rim, it spun out. Offensive rebound followed by Baggett, high off the window, and Datris there to fight it up and in. Datris now with 4, 41-14 Lancers. 6:50 to go in the third. In the lane, glass rim and good for Forsman. He's got 7, 41-16 in favor of the Lancers. Right side, Little wants that three again across the iron, no good, and last to touch it out of bounds is Morehart. Datris inbounding right in front of Ian Catherine on ESPNWaysport.tv. Great look at it there. Little wants a great look at a three. Far side left, rim no. Baggett the rebound, got it to Sosa. He's fouled all the way up. And I believe Sean Morehart just picked up his fourth.
Boy run foul number 23.
He did.
Sean Morehart, his fourth, team second. Ben Sosa at the line, shooting 2.
Sosa line to the right, 5 in the opening half, puts it on the way, rim no.
Taking for a run, number 30, Jordan Welliver, and number 40, Kyle Welshant.
Second attempt by Sosa on the way, front of the rim, no, got his own miss back, fights it up, glass rim, no, taps it up a third time, it spins off again, fights it up to the window. So does Datris. Pastore had it head of the key, finds Datris on the doorstep, and he goes glass and good. 43-16, Loyalsock in front. 6-10 and counting in the third. Jared Bender, step back three, rim glass no, Datris the rebound. Comes back the other way, bounce it off near side right to Pastore, fights it up, wave it off. Pastore with an offensive foul is Forsman.
Lancers foul, number 5, Mike Pastore.
Check that.
His second.
Peeler taking the charge.
I
was going to say, he stands there with 4 fouls, trying to take a charge. That's brave. Peeler on the inbound, bounce it across the floor to Miller, back to Peeler. Near left corner kick out, 3 ball on the way, hard off the right of the rim, no for Jared Bender. Follow on the way, will not drop for Welliver, but the stick back follow is good. Zach Miller now with 4. 43-18, Loyalsock in front. Quickly, Sosa to the doorstep, glass and good. Ben Sosa, give him 7. 45-18. And on the right to left, Peeler caught it and got held.
That's your foul, number 31, Ben Sosa.
And Sosa just picked up his second.
Checking for one run, number 24, Frankie James.
So now Frankie James, his first action in this game. Comes 5:25 to go in the third. Inbound comes in now to Peeler. Far side right to Miller. Step in three on the way and good.
3-pointer, Zach Miller.
45-21. Miller now with 9. Answer three ball. Rim no good. Last touch by Warrior Run. Lob inside to Sosa, hit the bottom of the rim, no good. Pastore ends up with a loose ball, going strong with the left hand, back of the rim, no, but a whistle and a foul.
Defenders foul.
It's on Zach Miller, that's his third.
Miller, his third.
Boy, as active as Lance Peeler has been on the floor tonight, along with Jared Bender, neither one of them really in any foul trouble. Peeler yet to commit a foul, Bender with 1. And Pastore goes line to the right, front of the rim, back of the rim, no good. Second attempt forthcoming. It is on the way, rim and off. Tried to track his own miss down. He did, and knocked it off the knee of Miller out of bounds. Right in front of Tom O'Malley. Lancer softball coach in attendance tonight. Careful getting him on TV. We'll be here all night. Pastore dribbles back between the rings. Swings it near side right to Baggett. Wants that three ball and drains it. His first field goal, give him 4 in the game, make it 48-21 Loyalsock with 4:45 to go. Stolen by Pastore over the top to Little. Tough catch, run to the lane, fights it up and good with the right hand. Little now with 18, that's his first second half field goal. It makes it 50-21. 4.5 to go. Turnover by James, over the top feed to Pastore, runs it up and good. And a timeout, Warrior Run. Pastore with 7 makes it 52-21 Loyalsock with 4:27 to go in the third. And I believe he just called a 60-second timeout. Instead, make it a 30 on ESPN Radio Winsport and ESPNWinsport.tv.
We'll be having a short ceremony at the conclusion of the game. Thank you.
.427 left in the third, 52-21. Loyalsock in front of Warrior Run. And the defenders will inbound. Miller now for Peeler. He'll bring it against Pastore into the forecourt. Dribbles him left of the lane, fights it up, glass, rim and good. Lance Peeler now with 6. 52-23 Loyalsock. Right side Little, Pastore down the Baggett, back to Little. Dribbles in the lane, floats and fights and drains it. Omar's got an even 20. 54-23 Loyalsock, under 4 to go. Last touched by Mike Pastore out of bounds, and now CI is going to go to the 5-for-5 hockey line change. Gibson, Lee, Brennan Casale, LaPointe, and Corey Young. So this is the bench bunch. 5-for-5 for the starters: Adatris, Pastore, Sosa, Little, and Baggett. Up 54-23 in the third. Right side pull-up, rim, glass, no. On the attempt for Zach Miller. Left to right, Gibson, head of the key. Swings it near side right. Young wants that 3 again. Halfway down and out. LaPointe with a stick back follow. It's on the way and good. LaPointe with 6 makes it 56-23. Lancers in front. 3.5 to go. Bender on a ball screen handoff back to Miller. Miller fights it up from 15. Got his own miss back. Tapped it up and good. Zach Miller with 11. 56-25 with 3:19 to go in the third. Gibson wants his hand at a three on the way and good. Sabir Gibson. 59-25. If you've ever seen him tote the rock on the football field, and then he does that behind the arc. Outstanding play, not only on the gridiron, but here on the hardwood as well. Way off on the three is James. Rebound. Gibson will bring it back left to right with the Lancers up 59-25. Head fake by Young. Pulls up from 12 and drains it. Young with 8 makes it 61-25. Loyalsock with 2:45 to go in the third. Jump circle for Peeler. Swings it right to Miller. Miller wants a screen. Comes back left of it. Around James and coughed it up. Here comes Gibson. Lob over the top to LaPointe. LaPointe runs it right to the rack and good. West LaPointe with 8 makes it 63-25. Lancers on a 7-0 run. 2:15 to go in the third. Peeler swings it right side. Back to Welliver. Welliver back head of the key now to Miller. Near side left. Bender for 3. Back of the rim, no good. Handoff on the rebound from LaPointe. Gets it ahead now to Casale. Left side to Young. Back around the horn it comes to LaPointe. Right side Gibson wants that 3 again. Back iron, no. And it is tapped off the glass by Young, and LaPointe faces and fires off the window and good. 65-25 Lancers on a 9-0 run. 1:40 to go in the third. Peeler to Miller. Left wing behind the arc. Head of the key now for Welliver. Near side left to Miller. Dribbles back to his right, now back to his left. Fights up a jumper. It came up well short and out of bounds. Thought for a moment that might have been blocked. Changes for Warrior run. Forsman's back. Ty Nicholas is back. And Welshantz comes on. Clock's moving, approaching 65 seconds to go in the third. Gibson across the time stripe into the forecourt. Left side to Young. Back to Gibson. Swing right to Casale. Now to the point head of the key. Far side to Young. Takes his defender to the baseline. Fights it up and good. Corey Young now with 10. 67-25. 11-0 Lancer run. Closing out the third. Head of the key. Peeler. Swings it left side to Miller. No look feed inside to Welshantz. Turns, fires rim, no, and the rebound comes down to Casale. Into the forecourt, right side. Young thought about that 3, hands it back to Casale. He'll step into a 3 on the way. Front of the rim, no. LaPointe there to clean it up. Glass and good, West LaPointe. He's got 12. 69-25 Lancers. Lancers now with 3 in double figures. 10 seconds to go in the third. Miller on the bounce between the rings. Swings it far side of the right to Welshantz. Lost the handle down to the doorstep with under 2 seconds to go, and the clock's going to run out as intended for Ty Nicholas on the doorstep. Through 3, it is now Loyalsock 69, Warrior Run 25. We're 8 minutes away from having a brand new all-time winningest coach in Pennsylvania basketball history. It's coming your way next on ESPN Radio Winsport and ESPNWinsport.tv. Start of the fourth quarter. Lancers in command, leading Warrior Run 69-25. A 30-11 third quarter for the Lancers. Head of the key, Miller. Swings it down to the doorstep now for Forsman, and he coughed it up. Loose ball to Young, outlet to Casale. Near side right, Gibson runs it in the lane, shovels it off to Lee, front of the rim, no, tapped it up and good. Ryan Lee's first field goal makes it 71-25 Lancers with 7.5 to go. And that clock is not going to stop. Rare instances here in his second half. Pull up by Forsman, won't drop. Rebound to Young, bounced it in traffic. Gibson comes around the screen from Casale. Into the forecourt, runs it in the lane, fights it up and good. Sabir Gibson now with 5. 73-25, Lancers in front a minute into the fourth quarter. Running with the left is Peeler, can't get it to drop, and he's fouled. And as I mentioned a moment ago, with the score the way it is, that clock's not going to stop even on fouls. Casale picks up his third.
Lance Peeler line to shoot 2.
Lancers with their third. Lance Peeler stepping in line left. First one's on the way, lip the rim and off. Second attempt by Peeler on the way and good. Peeler split a pair, give him 7, make it 73-26. Lancers in front, 6:45 to go in this contest. Gibson to the doorstep to Young, floats one up, rim, it fell off. Rebound now for Warrior Run, and on that run back, Lee is going to commit a foul, I believe, on Bender. And for Lee, that would be his first, or did he just knock it out of bounds? He just knocked it out of bounds. 6.5 remaining. As he knocked it away from Moorhart. Bender wants that jumper off the left side, no good. Forsman kicks it back out. Bender can't get it to drop a second time. Miller tracks it down, far side right. Points to his left, dribbles around the head of the key. Now steps to his left, bounces down to the doorstep. Forsman backing down 2 defenders. Turns into Lee, fights it up. That's a foul. Comes with 6:02 to go.
Lancer foul number 21, Ryan Lee, his first.
So the book stays perfect. That's a rarity. And free throw line left, Forsman cashes in, give him 8. 73-27, a report from Reading. Reading has knocked off Williamsport tonight, 74-72. Millionaires will play at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. Free throw wouldn't drop, so keep it 73-27. To the doorstep, it is stolen by Forsman. Back the other way, outlets Miller, goes strong on Lee. Lee with a block. Peeler fights it up, that's knocked away. Here comes Gibson the other way for the Lancers, up 73-27. Quick outlet ahead to LaPointe, and that's an offensive foul. Tried to go to a spin move, and the official wasn't buying it.
Lancer foul number 33, West LaPointe, his first. Team 5th.
Lady Lancers fell earlier today, 57-27. To Bishop Shanahan. They'll now play Chester tomorrow at 1 o'clock at Great Valley High School. Peeler swings it back to Miller. Miller with a pull-up, left of the rim, no good. And the rebound comes down to Miller. Spins back to his left. Now feeds the post to Forsman, and now it gets kicked back out to Miller. Shovels it inside. Fought up to the rim by Forsman, no good, and the rebound comes down to Young. Up the floor down to Gibson. Has Lee out in front. Gibson, left elbow pull-up on the way. Rim, no, and the rebound comes down to Sean Moorhart. 4:35 to go. Lancers up big at 73-27. Pull-up, back of the rim, no good for Peeler. Rebound to Gibson. Right side feed to Young, stepping into a 3. Rim, it spins off. Rebound to Bender. Hands it off to Moorhart. Into the forecourt now to Miller. Miller head of the key, swings it back right side to Peeler. Peeler on the bounce back between the rings. Turns it left of the lane, in the lane. Shovels it off to the doorstep. And the loose ball came out. Forsman had it and lost it. Gibson on the run. Shovels off to LaPointe. Back of the rim, no good. Loose ball tapped out. Young tracks it down. Turns it to right elbow, fires it up, rim glass, no. Tap to the glass, and now LaPointe follows it up, got it to drop and got fouled or wave it off. wave it off on a Lancer foul. It's on LaPointe, his second.
Team 6.
That comes with 3:40 and counting. And as they work on the perspiration again in the lane, for our radio listeners, we'll pause 10 seconds for station ID here on ESPN Radio Williamsport. Inbound to Peeler. He'll bring it right to left here in the fourth quarter. 3:25 and counting. Lancers in front, 73-27. Inbound to the post. A post feed to Forsman. He scores. Give him 10. Make it 73-29. 3:15 and counting. Gibson in the forecourt. Right side, Young. Looking inside for LaPointe. Back to Gibson. Head of the key to Lee. Far side left now to Casale. Lob to the doorstep. Glass in. Good for Lee. Lee now with 4:75. 29 Lancers, less than 3 to go until history becomes official. To the doorstep, Forsman partially blocked. Casale on a run back, that's a carry. Make it a double dribble.
Fans, we ask you again to please stay in your seats at the end of tonight's
Either way, it's a turnover.
We'll be having a short ceremony at the conclusion. Thank you.
2.5 and counting. Inbound from the time stripe. Miller gets it into Peeler. Peeler in the jump circle. Head of the key, now steps it left, now back to the right. Morehart with it with 2:15 to go. Bounce it far, block to Peeler. Cutting to the rack is Miller, and he's fouled with 2:08 to go. The clock will not stop. Fouls on Lee.
Second, team 7.
So that's his second, 7th on the Lancers. So now Zach Miller will climb in line left, puts it on the way and good. Miller with the free throw, give him 12, make it 75-30. And changes for Warrior Run. James is back. Axel Murillo is in the game for the first time, or Murillo, whichever you prefer. I've heard it both ways. Rimming off the free throw attempt, and it comes out to Casale. Keep it 75-30, Lancers, less than 2 to go. Tap follow off the miss. Lee puts it up and good, give him 6. 77-30, Lancers in front. James tries to get it to Axel Murillo. He can't come up with it cleanly. Mateo Marshall's also in the game. Left side, Casale wants a 3. Rim no good. Under 90 seconds to go. The rebound to Welshans. Gives it back to Miller. Comes across the time stripe in the jump circle with 1:18 and counting. Miller comes around the screen from James. Bounce it down to the doorstep. It's knocked away. Miller ends up with it at the right elbow and got cut off. Right side to Marshall. Dribble penetration in the lane. Fights it up. Rim no. And the rebound comes down to Casale. Gibson on the bounce right side. Intended for Lee. Picked off. Welshans now turns it back over with under a minute to go. Far side feed. Young got it to drop and got fouled. Young now with 12 off the Lancer bench. Makes it 79-30. And now they'll hold the clock with 42 seconds to go in the fourth quarter.
Number 25, Ty.
Miller comes off. Ty Nicholas comes back for Warrior Run. Now the officials going back over to the other official to check in with the clock. Make sure that's all right at 42 seconds. Game has obviously been decided for some time. Young puts it on the way, back of the rim, too strong. LaPointe had it, lost it, and it's going to be tracked down by the defenders. Saved in now for Murillo. He slides down in the lane and is called for the travel. Well, he had a slick spot there with less than 30 seconds to go. Lancers in front, 79-30. And they'll stop it with 23.1 to go and need a towel. So as they mop that up, the final 23.1 to go in the fourth quarter. The Lancers in front 79-30. Inbound, Casale gets it to Gibson. All he has to do is bring it to the forecourt. He'll do just that. Swings it right side to Casale, 14 seconds to go. Now head of the key to Lee. Back to Casale in front of the Lancer bench. And how fitting is this, that all the Lancers have to do is dribble out the clock for CI's 802nd career win to become the all-time winningest basketball coach in Pennsylvania state history. 79-30, your final score for the first time.
802nd career victory, making him the winningest high school basketball coach in the state of Pennsylvania.
Both teams now going through the congratulatory line. Great shot on ESPNWinsport.tv of Coach Sinsinger getting congratulations first from his team and his coaching staff. And now a short presentation nearly set to be made here on the floor at Lancer Gym. CI, a ton of family in attendance tonight, friends as well. Everybody here at Lancer Gym on their feet. And the superintendent, Mr. Grantier, is here. Dr. Wrights, high school principal, also here at the scorer's table.
Thanks everybody for remaining afterwards. I'd like to say a few words about Mr. Insinger. Long time coming. We thought it might happen last year. However, here we are, beginning of a new season, end of an era, beginning of another era. A lot to be proud of. At this time, we'd like to introduce a couple people. I'd like to say a few words on Coach Insinger's behalf. I'd like to first introduce Representative Rick Miravito from the 83rd Legislative District, Lycoming County, who will provide a few remarks and provide a citation to Coach Insinger. Mr. Miravito.
Thank you very much. Well, it's absolutely an honor to be here. And I want to tell all of you listening that there might be a little error in this citation. So if you hear an error, you be sure to tell me, okay? But seriously, Coach, on behalf of all the people in Lycoming County, I want to just say congratulations. You make us very, very proud. And you actually truly are a role model for all of our children. I want to take a minute to read this for you. Whereas the House of Representatives of Pennsylvania takes great pride in recognizing those gifted individuals who challenge, inspire, and teach the youth of this Commonwealth, our most precious resource. And whereas Ronald Insinger, head coach of the Loyalsock High School boys basketball team, is being honored as one of the winningest basketball coaches in Pennsylvania. And whereas a coach at Loyalsock High School for 39 years, Mr. Insinger served as head coach of both the girls and boys basketball teams for his first 3 seasons. During his tenure as a girls basketball coach, he led his teams to 2 district championships and won 75 games. As head coach of the Loyalsock High School boys basketball team, Mr. Insinger has amassed a record of 801. That's the error. Didn't we hear from anyone? 802 wins and 269 losses, which has made him the winningest basketball coach in this Commonwealth. He has led his teams to 20 league championships, 27 20-win seasons, and 13 consecutive playoff appearances. Exuding vision, energy, and enthusiasm, Coach Insinger approaches each day's work with the highest of professional standards and sets a sterling example of dedication, skill, and hard work for his young athletes. He truly is a role model worthy of emulation. Now, therefore, the House of Representatives of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania congratulates you, Ronald Insinger, upon your richly deserved recognition commends your exemplary record of service and lasting contribution to our community and to the lives of those whom you have coached. And we offer best wishes for continued success. Congratulations on behalf of everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Miravito. Before we introduce Mr. Boyer, Mr. Barry Boyer, who's going to say a few words on Mr. Insinger's behalf, I'd like to say thank you to the Warrior Run School District for being able to swap some games and have this opportunity to have the celebration here this evening. Thank you, Warrior Run.
I'm going to tell you about 39 years of basketball in less than 12 minutes. So get your seatbelts on and here we go. In the fall of 1974, we had a young phys ed teacher, Ron Insinger, who I knew nothing about. And one day I got a phone call, I think it was late September, and he said, I need to talk to you. So he comes down to my room, and he said, I have a great plan. He said, you be the varsity coach and I'll be your assistant. And I said, I have a better plan. You be the varsity coach and I'll do what I can to help you. Well, history will show who was the smartest person in the room that day. Then season 4, the practices finally started, and from the very first practice, I listened to this guy, and he's not even talking about basketball. He's talking about these things that pertain to your schoolwork, your life skills, and many other things. And I got to thinking, wow, this could be something really special. So as we got to know each other a little bit better, I realized that we had a common bond. We both loved John Wooden. He loved him a little better because he had some personal experiences with John Wooden. But my only notes, John Wooden developed what is called the Pyramid of Success. And I want to read you the cornerstones, and then when I finish, I'll tell you about the top stone. The cornerstones, which in any pyramid obviously are the most important stones, one is the work habits. This is John Wooden, but you think about CI when you hear this. Success travels in the company of very hard work. There's no trick and no easy way. Enthusiasm is the other cornerstone. Your enemy, or your energy and enjoyment, drive, and dedication will stimulate and greatly inspire others. There it is. That really defines him. Well, the season started, and then the next great thing I saw, he had his wife, Carol, was the scorekeeper. No one's going to mess with the score with Carol being there. So off we go. We had a fairly good season. Next season, fairly good. Next year, we won the championship. And then somewhere around 78, 79, 79, 80, and I saw some of them here tonight and got a chance to talk to them. We had two young men, the Miller twins, and Ricky Philbin and Charlie Hallball. And CI invented Lancer Lightning, and it's been Lancer Lightning ever since then. The 80s, well, the 80s saw us win district championships. We also had the opportunity to play Williamsport the year they won the state championship. Many people think that's the greatest team in this area. We had the distinction of scoring 79 points against them, which I think that year was the most they'd given up. Unfortunately, they scored 126 points. But we were still happy. We had something to brag about. So Lancer Lightning continued. The other thing in the 80s, Ron and Carol had these two wonderful young daughters, Lisa and Laurie, and they put the sparkle in his eye. And we went into the 90s. We had a team make it to the Eastern Finals. And then in 93, we played the state championship. And the 90s, I think we moved up another notch. We started playing teams everywhere. If you would play us, we'd come and play you. We went to Altoona State College, continued the really great rivalry with Williamsport, and then the 2000s came along, and 2000s speak for themselves. The number of district championships and play in the state finals. So remember I told you about the top stone in the pyramid? The top stone is competitive greatness. That defines Ron Insinger and it defines Loyalsock basketball. And I think his hero, John Wooden, is looking down. John Wooden was voted the greatest coach in any sport at any time. And his title was coach. I think John Wooden would look down tonight and say, I can call you coach also. Tremendous, tremendous pleasure to be able to just speak a few minutes about the greatest coach that I've ever been around. And I think most of you would probably agree. Thank you.
Coach, you had to get me out for this. I don't know where to begin. As you can see, I have a few fans here. Anyway, on behalf of the school district, I want to sincerely thank, first of all, from the top, the school board, and then Bob Grantier and Jerry McLaughlin and all the administrators, Dr. Wright. It's these people that made the program successful. It's not CI. I've had tremendous support from day one. The school board, the administrators. I'll tell you what, no coach nowadays will make it with 108 wins or 200, whatever. It doesn't matter how many wins. The longevity of great coaches won't be here without the support of the community, the parents, and all the administration. One thing that Barry talked about John Wooden, and one of the things that stuck in my mind and when I talked to him was, he always was talking about surround yourself with quality people and great things will happen. Well, I've had unbelievable great coaching staffs from first grade all the way up. Sometimes we take for granted as head coaches the importance of the feeder system and the volunteers that provide the guidance and leadership in that feeder system. Actually, your best coaches need to be down in the feeder system because that's when they develop the fundamentals, enhance their skill level, and that's where hopefully that they develop a passion for the game. And that just doesn't happen enough. But, I've just been blessed. I've been truly blessed. I've always tell my team at some time during the season that not only I tell them that I love them, that I tell them that I'm the luckiest guy in the world. And I've never felt that coaching was a job. It was like icing on the cake. After going through a day of school and walking on the gym floor, I got to work with the best role models, the best students. They were the elite. They were the best. And because of that, I look forward to every practice, every single practice. Sure, you have your peaks and valleys, but the bottom line is, when it's all said and done, Loyalsock kids I'd take them to war anytime. They've run through the wall for me more times than I can even think about. And that's part of our success story, is that we've had boys that are willing to go beyond the call of duty. It's no longer a November to March job. It's a 365-day job. And these guys here have been willing to do that. And, that's one of the reasons I love them. We're all over the place with these guys, and they make me proud. So, before I start to cry, I want to thank everyone and for being here.
We invite you tomorrow, 3:30 p.m. here in our gym. Dedication at that time for Mr. Insinger. You're all welcome to stay for cake and cupcakes in the lobby to celebrate this amazing accomplishment. Thanks very much. Thanks. Have a great evening.
So with that, Ron Insinger is now the all-time winningest basketball coach in the state of Pennsylvania. And for our radio audience, we'll step out for a 2-minute post-game timeout for TV. We'll keep it right here with more of the post-game that's going on the floor right now. We'll come back to name our Palco Federal Credit Union Player of the Game in a 79-30 Loyalsock win over Warrior Run. Ron Insinger now stands alone atop the mountain here in the state of Pennsylvania when it comes to wins. 802 in his career. We're back after a 2-minute timeout on ESPN Radio Winsport. Join now high atop Lancer Gym. You'll be able to hear this young man. We're not so much worried about seeing him. You've seen enough. Junior point guard Kyle Datris. And Kyle, first of all, thanks for taking the time on a great night for the Lancer program.
No problem. I was just glad to be a part of this for CI. He's had a bunch of good teams go through here, and I had the pleasure to be a part of this record-breaking night.
You mentioned the record-breaking, and as we look at all these different conference championship banners, district championship banners, you've been a part of this program, as CI mentioned, at Lancer Lightning. I've seen the photos from back in the day, even though you play all these multiple sports and you're a state championship baseball guy. You've been in this basketball program as soon as football's over since really I can remember.
Yeah, I mean, we came here right out of football season starting on a Monday, and we've worked hard, and hopefully we can accomplish another district championship this year and make a run in states for him.
What was the mindset from a player's standpoint? You're one of the leaders on this team, and this junior class is the nucleus of this program that went deep in the playoffs a year ago. Coming into tonight, I know the opponent changed from what the original schedule said. Did that really change your preparation at all, knowing what was on the line for Coach?
No, it doesn't really matter who we play. We just have to go out and play the way we play, and that's all that really matters out there. We've been playing together since we've been, 6, 7 years old, so we know how each other work out there on the court, and we just have to do what we do.
I have a feeling at halftime with the lead that you guys had at 39-14, he wasn't in there going, all right, we got this big lead. It was, we have to stay focused in the second half.
Yeah, definitely. CI is not that type of guy. He said we have to get out there and make some more plays. We only gave up 2 points the first quarter, and then we went away and gave up 12 points the next quarter, and he wasn't too happy with us. So he gave it to us in the locker room, and we came out and played a better second half.
Certainly appreciate the visit. As always, congratulations once again on the Baseball State Championship. Win number 1 in basketball here in 13-14. We'll see you down the line during the season.
Thank you very much.
There it is, Kyle Datras. He's the point guard here. We are going to keep it here with the numbers on radio and TV. So let's get to those. One of the biggest numbers, 802. Warrior run is now 0-1 on the year. Off their bench, Marshall, Murillo, James, Nicholas, Teddy Bender, Welshans, and Welliver saw time but did not score. For the starters, Sean Morehart was held scoreless. It is Jared Bender with 3, Lance Peeler with 7, and then it is Kalen Forsman with 10, Zach Miller with 12. For the Lancers off their bench, they went 10 deep tonight in total, 5 off the bench. Casale was held scoreless, and then everybody else in the book. Gibson with 5, Lee with 6, LaPointe and Young each with 12 off the Lancer bench. For the starters, it is Baggett with 4, Datras with 6, Pastore and Sosa each with 7, Omar Little, a game-high 20 points. So for our TV viewers, we're going to bid you good evening on ESPNWayneSport.tv. For ESPN Radio Wayne listeners, stay tuned. We'll come back after a 2-minute timeout. We're going to try to visit with Coach Insinger because if he wants to run for political office now, he most definitely could. Now, he's saying hi and bye to certain people, so let's do this. Let's take a 2-minute timeout on both radio and TV as I reverse myself on ESPNWayneSport.tv. It won't be the first time, certainly won't be the last. Take a 2-minute timeout, come back, and visit with the new leader in wins in the state of Pennsylvania when it comes to basketball, Ron Insinger, next on ESPN Radio Winsport and ESPNWayneSport.tv. As we bring you back to Lancer Gymnasium, you can see I'm telling you, going to run for political office when it's all said and done. He's having conversations with the delegation and everybody, and rightfully so. That's a big night for Ron Insinger, his staff, the players, his family as well. 802 wins, and you'll also be seeing a post online at ESPNWayneSport.com here in the very near future. One bit of business to do as well. Our Palco Federal Credit Union Player of the Game tonight, Omar Little with a game-high 20 points. And one other bit of business to do as well. When we're done here with our Pepsi postgame show and we send it out on radio, you'll be able to listen to the sounds of the game tonight from that milestone win, 802 wins here inside Lancer Gym by Ron Insinger. Again, 79-30 in favor of the Lancers, and they led wire to wire. Tommy Baggett began the scoring with a free throw. Lancers would go on a 15-2 first quarter run. They would outscore Warrior Run 24-12 in the second quarter to go up 39-14 at the break. It is a 69-25 through 3 lead at 30-11 in the third, and a 10-5 fourth quarter for the Lancers to win 79-30. So for TV, we're not going to hold you up anymore. On radio, stay tuned. We'll bring you the sounds of the game, and then Coach Insinger, that's next on ESPN Radio Williamsport and on ESPNWilliamsport.tv.
Way intended for Bender, picked off by Omar Little. He'll gallop back the other way, right to left, in the lane, scoops, scores. Omar Little with the game's first field goal makes it a 3-0 Lancer lead. Turnover again. Casale on the outlet to LaPointe, all by himself, punches it down with two hands. LaPointe with the two-hand finish makes it a 5-0 Loyalsock lead. Forsman gathers, still in the backcourt, throws over the time stripe, and Little picks it off. Bounce through the lane to Pastore. Nice find, nice finish. Mike Pastore, his first field goal makes it a 20-2 Lancer lead. A minute gone by in the second quarter. Now for Moorhart, back to Miller, wants a three. Rim no, and here comes Omar Little in a 3-on-3. Hesitation left of the lane, kick out to Pastore for three, and he knocks it down. Pastore's first three give him 5 and make it 27-7 Lancers. Miller up the far left side, Welliver on the catch, finds Miller with a turnaround all the way and good. Nice looking shot there by Zach Miller. 31-14, Lancers in front, 2.5 to go first half. Little, quick fire three off the right wing, knocked it down again, he's got 14. Back to Jared Bender, head of the key, under 2 to go in the half. Stripped and stolen by Datris on the run back, bouncing through the lane to Little, taking a strong to the left hand, got it to drop. In the forecourt right side, Young wants that three again, puts it on the way and buries it. Corey Young's second three, give him 6, make it 39-14 Loyalsock, 7 seconds to go in the half. Pastore down to Datris, head of the key to Little. Far side left, Baggett wants a three, back of the rim, no. Rebound Little, power bounce in the lane, high off the glass, the rim, it's spun out. Offensive rebound followed by Baggett, high off the window, and Datris there to fight it up and in. Second attempt by Sosa on the way, front of the rim, no. Got his own miss back, fights it up, glass rim, no. Taps it up a third time, it spins off again, fights it up to the window. So does Datris. Pastore had it head of the key, finds Datris on the doorstep, and he goes glass and good. Inbound comes in now to Peeler, far side right to Miller. Step in three on the way and good. 45-21, Miller now with 9. Swings it near side right to Baggett. Wants that three ball and drains it. His first field goal, give him 4 in the game, make it 48-21 Loyalsock with 4:45 to go. Stolen by Pastore over the top to Little. Tough catch, run to the lane, fights it up and good with the right hand. Turnover by James, over the top feed to Pastore, runs it up and good. And a timeout, Warrior run. Bender on a ball screen handoff, back to Miller. Miller fights it up from 15, got his own miss back, tapped it up and good. Zach Miller with 11. Gibson wants his hand to the three on the way and good. Severe Gibson, 59-25. If you've ever seen him tote the rock on a football field, and then he does that behind the arc. Pull up by Forsman, won't drop. Rebound to Young, bounced it in traffic. Gibson comes around the screen from Casale. The forecourt, runs it in the lane, fights it up and good. Severe Gibson now with 5. Gibson in the forecourt, right side Young, looking inside for LaPointe, back to Gibson, head of the key to Lee. Far side left now to Casale. Lob to the doorstep, glass in, good for Lee. Lee now with 4, 75-29 Lancers. Less than 3 to go until history becomes official. And how fitting is this, that all the Lancers have to do is dribble out the clock for CI's 802nd career win to become the all-time winningest basketball coach in Pennsylvania state history. 79-30, your final score for the first time.
So there's the sounds of the game. When we come back in 60 seconds, the new winningest head coach in state history, state of Pennsylvania, basketball history, 802 wins. Ron Insinger is next on ESPN Radio Williamsport. Two minutes, Brian, 2 minutes. Two.
WLYC is the exclusive home of the Loyalsock Lancers.
Back to Lancer Gym after the Lancers defeat Warrior Run tonight 79-30, clinching win number 802 in Ron Insinger's career. He'll be joining us in mere moments here at our broadcast position. For our TV audience, as you watch on ESPNWinsport.tv, we are panning the gym for all of these district championship banners, and they are on display tonight. And it takes a different context because of all of the years that CI has put in. You see last year's district championship banner in Class AA. You go all the way back, as the speakers said earlier tonight, back to the 80s and the Final Four in Class A, the Eastern Championship in Class A in the early 90s, and then, of course, in recent memory in the 2000s, all of the success that this Lancer basketball program has had, and again, last year's season concluding in an Elite Eight finish. And if they would have made it past that Elite Eight heartbreaker down at Martz Hall, arguably they would have made it to the state championship, no doubt about it, in regard to the Loyalsock Lancers last year with Roger Wilson and this nucleus of Datchers, Pastore, Omar Little, and Ben Sosa as this junior class continues to impress here at Lancer Gym tonight. Again, a convincing 79-30 win over Warrior Run. Now, to give you the history on this contest, it was originally slated to be against Jersey Shore. Well, to the good fortune of the Jersey Shore folks, their district championship and then playoff run in football predicated them changing the game date. They want to play on the 23rd of December, so this date remained open for a couple of days. And then Warrior Run, to their credit, was able to change their schedule, flip a couple things around, and sure enough, the Defenders are playing here tonight in early December on the opening weekend of high school basketball. And sure enough, CI gets win number 802 at the outset of the 2013-2014 basketball season. Earlier tonight as well, Reading upends Williamsport 74-72. Millionaires will play in a consolation game tomorrow in Reading at 6. The Lady Lancers fell at the tournament at Great Valley earlier today to Bishop Canavan by the final score of 57-27. And in fact, the Lady Lancers' top scorer came off the bench today in that 30-point defeat. They will play Chester tomorrow, who lost to the host Great Valley. That game time is slated for 1 o'clock tomorrow as well. Looking ahead on ESPNWinsport.tv, with the weather in the area tonight, a lot of things changed. A couple of tournaments, speaking of Jersey Shore, their girls team was going up to CMVT. Well, they're in the same boat that Muncie and Hughesville, Northwestern Wellsboro in down at the Rotary Tournament in Muncie. Everything got compacted into 4 games tomorrow, which means you're playing what basically boils down to a semifinal early in the day, noon and 2 respectively, and then the consolation and finals at 6 and 8 o'clock tomorrow night respectively for Jersey Shore at CMVT, and then, of course, Muncie and Hughesville tomorrow from the Muncie Rotary Tournament. So Coach Insinger, with the proclamation in hand from the delegation, is now making his way to the broadcast location here high atop Lancer Gym. Ian Catherine and our ESPN Winsport.tv crew is also repositioning on the floor. And it's an amazing angle he got floor level along that baseline all night long as we get a great look at the Lancer logo in the jump circle. And we're now greeted by Pennsylvania's all-time winningest basketball coach in state history. 802 wins, and a little mist in the eye, man. That's got a nice ring to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sure does, Todd. My goodness. You think about perhaps someday this would happen. I mean, just in recent years, obviously, when in the earlier years I was going from one holiday to another. I remember my first game, and we played at Lock Haven. Actually, we played against Stevie Keener, and he was a senior at Lock Haven. But anyway, he put about 25 on, and I looked down and I'm thinking, man, I don't know if I'll make it to Christmas. And then, of course, Christmas came and it rolled through, but the years have flown by, and I'm just so blessed.
You mentioned the years going by, and we've taken a look at this gym and the banners and the conference championships, the district championships. It's a different look now, isn't it, with 802 under your belt? Because not that they didn't mean something before, because that's the wrong way to put that, but now they're much more meaningful being on the top of the mountain as the winningest guy of all time.
Well, thank you, Todd. And it does. You know, I certainly have a different perspective than I did a year ago. And we had to wait 9 months for this win, so it was long overdue, so to speak. But Loyalsock is, for one reason or another, it won my heart from the get-go, and it was easy to stay here. I had a couple opportunities to move on to the collegiate level, and my roots just kept getting deeper and deeper, and kept bleeding more and more maroon, and it was easy to say no to any request.
Well, 802, and we looked at the whippersnapper last year that's kind of right behind you. He's in the 600 or 650 type thing. The two questions you're going to get moving forward, we'll begin with the first one is, okay, when's it time to retire? But I don't see that in your future anytime soon, the talent that comes through here. The second question is, with 20 win seasons that you average, 900's 5 years away. And the crop that's coming through that Lancer Lightning program, and that's got to keep you going, doesn't it, every single year, knowing that you've got that crop coming through?
It does, Todd, and you hit the nail on the head. You look down in the feeder system and say, oh, I'd love to coach that kid. And then I get parents that come to the camps, CI's camps, and will you promise me that you'll coach my son? And I said, what grade's he in? And they'll say 4th or 5th. And I'm saying, oh, wow. I used to be able to snap the finger and say, absolutely, I'll be here. But now I'm saying, oh, God willing.
Now that said, we saw so many grandkids running around tonight. I mean, do you want to coach them when they come through? That's a couple years away, isn't it?
Shoot me if that happens.
No, but that would get you to 1,000 because that's about a decade away, isn't it?
Yep, exactly. So, crazier things have happened, but I'm still having fun. I never look at the clock. The practices go bing, 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 and it's over. And I get excited about seeing my players in school, and I just have such a passion for it that it's fun. It's not. I always tease people that I've never had a job in my life because I don't consider this a job. I consider it having a good time and showing up this morning. I'm a creature of habit, so I'm here every morning like at 7:15, 7:30. And, if school was 365 days out of the year, I would be that way. But it's heartwarming to walk up to one of the boys in the cafeteria and say, hey, Lewisburg tomorrow night, what do you think? And we start chit-chatting, and all of a sudden the adrenaline starts flowing, and, I'm bubbling, and I walk out of there, yes, I can't wait till tomorrow comes.
Coach, finally, as we put a bow on a great night for you, your program that you've been at the helm of for so many years, what can't be lost is in the early stages, you were also a girls basketball coach as well, and a lot of the former standouts on the girls basketball teams in recent memory didn't necessarily play for you. They were here tonight too.
Yeah. Well, the great thing is, see, back when I started in 74, well, it was actually the spring of 75, the girls' season in this area was in the spring. So I would go. There would be an overlap about boys. I would bring the girls. I'd start their season around February 1st. So there'd be about 3-4 weeks where I'd have double practices. But other than that, but the crazy thing is the state still had the district playoffs at the same time they do now. So we entered district playoffs 0-0, and twice we won the district title with being 0-0. Well, by the time we got the district title, we were like 4-0. But it was, one year we went to the Eastern semis and we lost at the farm show against Susquehanna Township. So, it was refreshing because the girls' game was just in the neophyte stages, and they were like sponges. The boys knew it all. So it was kind of refreshing leaving the boys' team and jumping in the girls, because if I said, do this, this, and this. And they say, well, how fast and when, that kind of thing, where boys say, yeah, whatever, CI, So anyway, my first couple district titles were with the girls. So
802 career wins, nobody close for at least a couple of years, and everything now going forward is gravy. Congratulations on a great night. Phenomenal career that's not over, by the way. He did not announce retirement tonight. He's still going strong, folks, with a 79-31 over Warrior run.